What is up, guys? Sports Snippets. Dennis Sullivan. How the heck you doing here on a Sunday? It is the 10th of April. I hope all is well. Here to discuss championship game, college basketball 2022, and the tournament overall. I will discuss. Not in great detail, but in some detail anyway, and share my thoughts with you. If you do like the content of this particular video, you know what to do. There we go. There I am. Go ahead, hit the thumbs up, and feel free to subscribe to my channel, Sports Snippets with Dennis Sullivan. So let's get started, guys. It was a great tournament. Championship game ending a few days ago. As I make this video on a Sunday, so it's been about 5 days, ending late Monday night on the 4th of April with the Kansas Jayhawks defeating the North Carolina Tarheels 72-69. Great tournament as always. You got your big Cinderella team this year was, of course, St. Peter's. There were great moments that I can recall myself, like when Miami coach Jim Larrañaga goes on, they show him doing the pregame talk to his team, and He's trying to encourage them to take offensive charges, and I think that's why he got on the ground at the end of his talk, at the end of his pregame speech. I'm guessing that's why. And everyone's like, ah, and then they go out into the court, and it's just kind of moments like that kind of capture you, and you just get absorbed into the whole thing. And I noticed myself as I've gotten a little bit older. Of course, we're all getting older, right? I remember back when I first started watching the tournament, back in high school, before high school actually, and the whole thing was, my whole focus was on the players, who's going to go to the NBA, who's going to do this, who's going to do that. But then as I've gotten older, now my focus is still on the players, but a lot on the coaches as well. And I take a guy like Jim Larrañaga and I look him up to. I get curious, as I'm watching. I'm like, how old is this guy anyway? And he's 72 years old. And I was surprised at that. I would have said more like 67, 68. I just use him as an example. But it's very interesting. It's very interesting. And I kind of look up, like, well, how old is this guy? How old is that guy? How much money is this guy making? Stuff like that. And the coaches are certainly interesting in their own right. There is interesting characters. And you look at Houston coach Kelvin Sampson. He's been around for a long time. This is a good coach. Houston almost went to their second Final Four in a row, but would fall just short in the Elite Eight round. So those are just some overall thoughts on the tournament, guys. Always a lot of fun. Now let's get to what happened in the championship game again, Kansas, national champions, 3-point victory, erasing the largest deficit in championship game history. In other words, winning the game. There have been larger deficits than 16 points, but no team has ever come back from that many points, 16, to win the championship game in NCAA final game. Now, they were down 15 at the half, 40-25. I think most of us, myself included, were sitting there like, well, I can't believe Carolina's going to do it. I mean, this is outstanding. I can't believe Hubert Davis in his first year leads them to a championship. But it wouldn't be so. It would not be so. It would not work out that way. Because let me tell you, Kansas, in my opinion, this is one of the best second half adjustment teams I think I've ever seen. And just one of the best second half teams I've ever seen. Going back to that Miami game, when it was Kansas against Miami Elite Eight round, they were down by 6 in that game, and they would win going away. They would outscore the Hurricanes something in the neighborhood of 47-15 or something ridiculous. And in the championship game, they come out and outscore North Carolina 47-29 in the second half. So yeah, on the snippets board, we start right there. This is one of the best second half teams ever. You can make the case that this is the best second half team ever. Number 2, I put boards because who in the world would have thought that the team that wins the national championship game was out-rebounded by 20, 55-35. Carolina would have 24 offensive rebounds, but you see, as good as Carolina was on the boards, and they were tremendous on the backboard all tournament long. A lot of these were, not to dismiss their dominance on the backboard, but a lot of this was, for example, a couple of attempts would get them a couple of offensive rebounds. And they just, at times, could not put the ball in the basket. Carolina shoots only 31.5% from the field. We know that's not going to get it done. But Carolina, excuse me, to their credit, out-rebounds Kansas 55-35. Are you kidding me? They were all over the boards. But what did I say last time? What did I say last week? When it comes to point number 3, shot selection, there's no one who can, in my opinion, no one that I've seen this year anyway, who can outdo Kansas in the game of shot selection. When all is said and done, they seem to figure out a way. They don't have perfect possessions every time. No. They take bad shots too. But you're not going to out-possession Kansas, like in a half-court game, getting better shots, running your offense, and literally everything they took, every shot practically that Kansas took in the second half was at least a decent shot, and it was of the high percentage variety. Slashing to the basket, backdoor cuts, driving to the basket, the occasional perimeter shot or 3, only when it was open. Nothing was forced. Okay? And then it didn't help that Carolina would turn the ball over. You see, sometimes you look at the statistics and the game stats. It doesn't look like, Kansas maybe didn't have much of a turnover advantage. But in the second half, when they were coming on strong, making a few early buckets, oh, wait a second, now we have to combine that with a couple of Carolina turnovers. And Carolina turning it over, and you add all this up, guys, it adds up to a Kansas win, sadly, for North Carolina, who played very well this tournament. An NC question mark. The only question mark, the big question mark I have for Carolina, guys, so I'm kind of close out this video with this. They messed up in one big area, and that was they rushed a little too much in the second half. They kind of almost fell into the pressure a little too much in the second half. They didn't set up their offense a lot in the second half. They should have taken an extra timeout right in that 8, 10, 12 minute range when things were kind of unraveling a little more. You needed that extra timeout. They didn't have enough offensive sets like they were doing in the first half. They didn't do that as much at all. It was more, they were being aggressive, going. That's why you saw the ball flying all over the place, off the backboard, off the rim. It's flying everywhere. Kansas rattled them. They had them playing a little too helter-skelter, and Kansas was able to maintain their composure, take those high percentage shots, and you combine all this stuff, guys. Carolina has a great tournament, but I have to put a question mark because there were some wasted possessions there, guys. There just were in the second half, and not good possessions. Next up, what do we got? Well, great college basketball season. My voice starting to crack a little. Next up, we have NBA playoffs coming your way. I'll have some videos for you guys on that. Baseball is here for you baseball fans. I know some of you aren't, but hey, baseball is one of those sports now. If it's not a baseball fan, oh, no, wait, did you just say baseball? You talking about baseball? Whoa. But I like baseball. I hope you do as well. That's up next. We're going to talk NBA playoffs coming up in the weeks to come because that's heating up, guys. So for now, it's Dennis Sullivan saying, great tournament once again. Great NCAA tournament once again. Congratulations to the Kansas Jayhawks. You guys deserve it. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.